I'm in a particularly, well, not a particularly good mood this morning, as I went over to the local supermarket to pay a bill, and the payment kiosk was closed. It never normally is closed, it's normally open, but in this case it was closed. There was people sitting there waiting. I tried to ask one of the girls in the supermarket what time is it open, and she didn't know. So I went down to customer service, and the young lady on the customer service was there, very helpful. She made a phone call, and then she said it's not opening until 1:30 a.m. Now this was about 9:30 in the morning. So if that is the case, why couldn't they have just wrote that on the kiosk with a sign open at 1:30? But that's what I've noticed over here. No one seems to be bothered to go that extra mile to give people information. And people won't even try and find out. There was 3 or 4 women just sitting there. How long are they prepared to actually sit there for? I wasn't prepared to sit there. That's why I went and found out. And when I found out, I came back and informed those women that it's not open until 1:30 in the afternoon. But whilst I was there, I done a little bit of shopping, not much. I got some baby wipes. No, I don't have any babies. I got baby wipes so I can wipe the leaves of my plants out on my porch. But when I was there, it came to my mind what a chaos some of these supermarkets are. And I thought to myself, this would make a reasonably good video for those that are thinking of coming to the Philippines. Obviously, I'm not putting you off coming to the Philippines because of a supermarket. I'm just trying to give you some insight as how the supermarket works here. Now, I am not saying all supermarkets are the same. I can only, I've lived in a lot of countries, and there's issues with all supermarkets. In Kazakhstan, for example, they've hardly any stock. They've got plenty of vodka and tomato paste on the shelves, and apart from that, nothing else. Here in the Philippines, they are well stocked. The supermarket in Paho that I use quite regularly has got lots of international stuff, but it's just the way the supermarket works which lets them down. Now, I've made a list, so I'm just going to look down so I can remember each thing. There's no trolleys. If you go to a supermarket in the peak period here, there's no trolleys. You have to go looking for one. Because if you go to all the tills, there are loads and loads and loads of empty trolleys, but the majority have got stuff in them still, where people have left it. No member of staff tidies up the trolleys and puts them down into the trolley bay. And they use trolleys here they use trolleys as we know them in the West, but they also use trolleys with 2 baskets, one on the top and one on the bottom. And so if someone is only getting 1 or 2 items, they tend to take that trolley that's got the basket at the top and at the bottom, instead of just carrying 1 basket. Anyway, there's no trolleys. There are plenty of tills. I don't know the number of tills in our store. It must be at least 10 or 15. But 50% of them are always closed or unmanned, especially during peak periods. I went over there this morning and I think there was only 3 or 4 tills open. And there was queues. Because I don't know whether they don't have the staff, or they have only bring the staff on at certain periods when there's more customers. I don't know. I don't know the reason. Every till that I have been on in this particular supermarket, not in every supermarket in Lapu-Lapu, the conveyor belts do not work. Many a time I've asked the girl and joked with the girl, are you trying to save electricity by not putting the conveyor belt on? And she just laughs, or they do not know why. So someone is getting served at the till and you come up behind them and you start putting your stuff on the conveyor belt, and then finally the customer in front of you goes. Either the girl, who must have extremely long arms, has to reach to pick up each item so she can scan it, or you have to push everything forward, knocking bottles over and everything else, so that she can reach it all. Not one conveyor belt have I seen in this particular store working. I don't know why. Packers. You do not pack your own bags in the supermarket, although I have on numerous occasions because there's no packers there. The packers are normally boys. The boys are normally chatting up the girls, or there's two boys chatting together. If one till is empty, the boy may come from that till and start chatting to another boy. So obviously they're delaying, and then the two boys are chatting up the girls. And you're standing there waiting for these two boys, finishing their chat lines, waiting for them to pack your bags. Now, 9 times out of 10, they pack it in a cardboard box, because a lot of people use the boxes to put on tricycles or in the back of the car or something like that. They're good packers, don't get me wrong, they are very good packers. And the cardboard boxes are secured very tightly and everything else. But when the boy isn't there and the food items are piling up, the girl on the till has to leave the till and start packing the bags while the customer is standing there picking their nose. They do not help, they do not assist. 9 times out of 10, when I'm gone through the till, I go straight to the other end like I do in the UK, pick up a bag and start packing it myself if there's no packers there. But Filipinos will not. They will not pack their own bags. They will sooner stand there and wait for the boy to come back or the girl to come and pack it for them. Now, there is one particular supermarket where I've mentioned it in a previous video. I call it the Mad Shop. Now, this shop is a big supermarket that sells lots of things in bulk, and many people shop there that have got sari stores. So as you can imagine, some of them, they're really big trolleys and these people have got full trolleys and additional baskets and plastic bags full of chips and everything else. So anyway, you normally do have to queue up there. That's normal. But on this particular occasion, the girl on the till was slow. She kept disappearing. She kept having to fill in a form for a supervisor to come and check it. And then all of a sudden, she disappeared. And everyone was looking at each other thinking, where is she? She literally was halfway through serving a customer, scanning the food through the machine, and she disappeared. And then when she came back, someone said, where have you been? And you know what she said? To go and get paid. They called her name via the intercom and she had to go and get paid in the office. Can you believe that? During working hours and halfway through serving a customer, she had to go and get her pay. Instead of waiting at the end of the day or end of her shift to go and get paid, probably because the office staff wanted to go home, because even if they was holding her salary, they probably wouldn't wait for her anyway, they would just go home. And yes, that's why she disappeared. And then when she did come back, she was still filling out forms for the supervisor to sign. It took ages and ages. I think I've mentioned it before, but no one moves their trolley. You unpack a trolley at the till and they leave it there. They unpack a basket on the conveyor belt. They leave it there. So the customer behind has to move the trolley, or they have to move the basket. People will not do it, or they're not interested, or they're totally unaware that they've left their trolley on the conveyor belt, their basket on the conveyor belt, or their trolley there. So what happens? People just drag it to the back, and that's where all the pile-up comes. And not one member of staff comes along and puts all the trolleys together back into the trolley area for new customers. Now, I'm not criticising local people for this. Some are in a situation where they're not financially better off than some people. But it's a bad habit in all the supermarkets that I've seen, that some people go to the till and they say, can you make the bill up to 2,000 pesos? I can understand that if they've only got 2,000 pesos to spend. Now, what happens is when they reach the 2,000 pesos, that's it. Everything else that's left in the trolley or in the basket gets left in the trolley in the basket. And like I said, they leave it there. So that gets pushed at the back. So you've got trolleys with items in it. So you come along as a new customer looking for a trolley, and you won't pick that one because that's got items in it. You won't pick that basket that's got items in it. And they're all like that because no member of staff comes and empties the trolleys and starts putting the items back on the shelves. In the mayor's shop they do, I've noticed. A boy comes along with a big trolley and empties all the other trolleys and baskets into his one trolley and takes it all away. But again, you know, if you've only got a limited amount of money, I can understand that, and I'm not knocking that. But why don't you use a calculator or something when you're going around shopping and just work it out yourself and pick the items that you really, really need? Because some of these people get to the tills and they're rummaging through the items thinking, what do I need, what can I leave? And it's all time consuming and it's holding everybody up. And like I said, waiting. I have waited over 45 minutes in a queue, and the queue reaches the back of the shop. My trolley is on the floor, my back is aching. As soon as the person in front moves, I kick the trolley with my foot to move it forward, and everyone else does in unison. And I was waiting there for 45 minutes. Not only that, but they don't have a till for less than 10 items like UK does. So you get people having a queue up for 45 minutes, maybe with 2 or 3 items. If I see them, I normally let them go in front, but a lot of people won't. Their attitude is, I've queued up for 45 minutes, you can queue up for 45 minutes as well. But this issue could be solved if they manned every till with a young lady doing as the cashier and a boy nominated for every till to pack, and every till opened. This would eliminate all the waiting and a lot of the problems that they experience, but they just don't think like that. People should learn also to pack their own bags. I pack my own bags in the supermarkets here sometimes for speed. As soon as she puts it through the scanning machine, it's in my bag. But other people are prepared for it to pile up and wait for her to come and do it. Now, I don't know why they don't fix the conveyor belts. In our supermarket, in particular, one of the, I think it's the elevator, it's the flat stairs. It's a moving stairs, but it's flat, so you can put your trolley on it and the trolley gets stuck to the floor. The one going up has been out of action for weeks and weeks, not been repaired. I don't mind, I can walk up it quite fast, but you get some of these elderly ones that so slow, or even the younger ones that, you know, just stroll up as if they're on holiday, holding everybody else up. But why can't they repair it? Am I expecting too much because they can't even connect the the conveyor belts up? Yeah, you know, I just don't understand. But anyway, I'm not knocking the supermarkets themselves. The supermarkets here are very well stocked. You can almost buy anything there. It's just the way they are managed. I've never seen any management walking around. I've never seen them get a grip of anyone. I've never seen, you know, you see plenty of teenagers working there because they all wear the same sort of colour shirts. But a lot of them are just standing around talking or sitting on the floor pricing. And another thing is, a lot of the items on the shelves are not priced. They've got scanners on the wall so you can scan the price yourself. But that shouldn't be the case. The price should be there, but they don't. They just tend to put stuff, as soon as there's a gap in the shelf, they tend to put stuff there, and that's it. Anyway, they are helpful. I must admit, the staff are very cheerful and helpful and everything else. I just think they're not managed correctly. But anyway, this is not a complaint. This is just an awareness video for those that are thinking of coming to the Philippines. Don't let this turn you off. Don't not come to the Philippines because of the supermarkets, because, you know, it's just one of them things. And as everyone tells me, this is the Philippines. If you're queuing up for 45 minutes, you have to be patient. Okay, I try to be patient. Sometimes it's very difficult to be patient. But anyway, in the end, I get served, and waiting 45 minutes doesn't seem that long. But anyway, happy shopping, everybody. And when you are walking around the supermarket, just think of the things that I've said and compare it with your own supermarket, just out of interest. Anyway, happy shopping, everybody. See you later.